Let's talk about Silent Sam.
Well, you know, I would be silent, but no, we have to talk about Silent Sam coming down. There was this bronze statue that's been on the campus of UNC Chapel Hill for 110 years called Silent Sam. Depicts a Confederate soldier of no particular name, although people have called it Silent Sam. On Monday, August 20th, the first day back to school on campus, protesters, a lot of people called it a mob, tore down the statue. There's a lot of controversy around this. One, the fact that a mob came together and tore down a statue that was in violation of state law. Second, that UNC police and Chapel Hill police did nothing in the videos, if you watch them, to do anything to stop the protesters.
And there were some emails and texts about this, right?
Right. There was a public records request that has been done for at least the Chapel Hill police. Indicates that Chapel Hill police were told to back off, stay way out of the crowd, don't interfere with the crowd. So far, 12 people have been arrested with the Silent Sam toppling. On Thursday night, there was another protest to protest 3 of those people coming into court. The protesters, the anti-Silent Sam protesters, had a dance party in Chapel Hill. I don't know how I feel about a dance party. I think that's rather strange. Then there was a counter protest by, I guess, the pro-Silent Sam group called Act Back. It's Alamance County taking back Alamance County, and they were heckled and yelled at all last night on Thursday night.
Now to get in here, I'd like to ask you, how did the board, UNC Board of Governors, react? How did the chancellor react?
Well, I think that she tried to keep control of the situation as best she could, but for the most part, she said, look, you know, we were in favor of free speech, but what went on Monday was wrong. It was a violation of, it was a destruction of public property. The statue is currently being held in storage until they figure out what to do. The Board of Governors has now given the Board of Trustees, UNC Board of Trustees, until November 15th to come up with some sort of plan. There are some that are saying we need to move it to a museum.
Are they slow walking, putting it back up?
Tom Goolsby and some others on the board are, and Goolsby's putting out videos, so he's bypassing the media altogether, and he's putting videos straight out saying, look, we need to put this back up and then figure out what to do. Because at the end of the day, this was destruction of public property. We'll have the debate, but it needs to go back up now.
Nick, weigh in here, please.
Well, it's interesting. The marching orders are pretty clear from the Board of Governors, but I think the UNC Chapel Hill campus, Carol Folt, the Board of Trustees, are trying to find a common ground between what they know a constituency of their professors and their students want to happen versus what their bosses are telling them to do.
Mitch?
Yeah, there really are 2 issues. What's going to happen with Silent Sam immediately,
right,
and what's going to happen to him in the not too distant future, but also the rule of law. And that's one of the things that should be common ground for everyone, that you don't have a mob tear down a statue. Now, we saw, in contrast to the toppling of Silent Sam, the North Carolina Historical Commission had a recent meeting about the Confederate monuments at the state capitol grounds, and that was a public process. They had hundreds of people come and talk to them, give them comments. The comments in that case were overwhelmingly in favor of keeping the monuments in place. The board had a vote. Each member talked about their particular ideas. They had a split vote, but then they accepted the outcome. And that's what should happen with Silent Sam. You don't have a group of protesters or a mob, some of whom have nothing to do with UNC, coming in and doing this.
Close this out in about 30 seconds. Is this becoming a national controversy?
Well, I think the issue of Confederate statues has become a national controversy. The problem in North Carolina specifically is mob rule. If a lot of people want to get together and physically remove something, does that make them right in the eyes of the law? And I'll give you a different example. If a group of protesters wanted to tear down an abortion clinic, would the left feel the same way?